Chapter 1055. When Sean was upset, he didn't expect that a hanging silk squatting in front of his car would dare to act as a force. Without saying anything, he directly raised his foot and kicked Hilton to the ground. Then, before Hilton turned over, he immediately rushed to punch him and kick him. Hilton, who was beaten, yelled, angrily said, "Why are you hitting me? Why are you hitting me? I provoke you here, are you sick?" Sean directly hit his nose with a fist, his face was covered with blood, and he cursed coldly, "You are all right, why squat in front of my car? You squat in front of my car and talk to me. Pretending to be forced, I am not allowed to hit you?" After finishing speaking, he punched again. Hilton, who was smashed, had a star in his eyes and almost passed out. At this time, Sean's little brother saw a fight here, so naturally he hurried to the door and got out of the car. After a word, he rushed to help his boss beat Hilton severely. Hilton had been beaten miserably, and the other party suddenly added another helper, which beat him into despair. At this time, he no longer had the enthusiasm that he had just now. Seeing that the other party beats himself, there is no fear at all, and he almost wants to beat himself to death. Hilton can no longer stand it. He cried and said, "Big brother, I was wrong. Big brother, please don't fight. Brother will die if you fight again, brother." Sean didn't mean to stop in the slightest, and he cursed while beating, "I'm having a f***ing stomach and there is no place to vent, you just came to the door, I won't kill you, I'm so sorry." Hilton had been beaten to a faint, his face was full of blood, and he was completely inhuman. At this moment, a tow truck suddenly drove up to the front. The tow truck driver was in the car and shouted through the window, "Hey, what are you doing? If you don't stop, I will call the police." This person is the friend of Hilton. This kid has a good character and a sense of justice. In fact, he didn't recognize it at all. The one who was beaten was Hilton, but seeing the two men beaten so hard, a poor man with blood on his face, he decided to come forward. At this time, the anger in Sean's heart had also disappeared a lot, and all these anger had been transformed into force and hit Hilton. Seeing someone showed up and threatened to call the police, Sean felt that more things were better than less things, so he hurriedly left. After all, the big brother was still waiting for himself. So he said coldly to Hilton, "Boy, today is your fate, otherwise I will kill you." After speaking, he kicked Hilton a few meters away, took out his car key, and opened the door of Phaeton. Hilton was already going into a coma. His swollen egg eyes narrowed into a small slit. He suddenly saw Sean open the Phaeton car door and sat in. He was suddenly anxious. "Why are you driving my car?" Hilton roared, and rushed towards the Sean, rolling on the ground. Before Sean came back to his senses, his legs were already tightly hugged by Hilton.